In the review lessons on a Friday and in review periods and when you are sending books home with your children, they must be matched to their precise phonic knowledge, meaning that the child can read the entire text independently. And if they have GPC gaps, you need to give them the book that is from before their first gap. When you're thinking about supporting your lowest 20% who may be retaining the GPCs and are therefore on track with your teaching, you'll need to think about the content within the texts. That's where you can use the little blending books and the essential blending books to support you in giving them a book that matches their current GPC knowledge, but the content of those texts is not so exhaustive that they can't get through the book 3 or 4 times a week at home. And that way you're making sure that you are maintaining their GPC knowledge, you're supporting them with decoding and blending and building that fluency for reading with those sentences that appear at the back of the texts, but you are not overwhelming them with the amount of text that you send home. And you can think carefully about this throughout the programme. When you're then trying to build up their stamina for reading and give them more to read, you might give them a little blending book or essential blending book that matches this week of teaching, but you might then give them a text that's a different book from a few weeks earlier that has less content in, but is going to support them with building that stamina for reading. And they can then practice this at home. But you must make sure that they know everything inside that text before you send it home. When you're assigning decodable books to your children, you can use the OUP book matching chart on the Oxford OWL portal. And this can help you to ensure that all of the GPCs contained within each text your child knows. We've now got the essential phonic readers that have added to the wealth of text that you already have through WordSparks, Project X, and the other existing publishing that matches ELS. The essential phonic readers are amazing. They're really exciting, full of diversity, there's lots of inclusion, and there's lots of representation for your children. And there are also some really exciting new non-fiction texts. So when you're now selecting books to give to your children, not only can you think about their phonic knowledge as individuals, but you can also think about their interests and give texts that are going to excite and engage them as an individual. That's going to help you to engage them to read those texts 3 or 4 times at home, but also it's going to maintain that excitement and that engagement for learning to read.